significa que los cuidarás. La Biblia católica es una Biblia vegana, ¿vale? La Biblia católica nos habla de una.
Checked on the bridge. Sorry. Kevin, what's going on, man? Appreciate you sneaking in there, my man. Let's see what's just going on here. I haven't checked the other bridge. Okay. Sorry, just reading a message after that premiere just ended. Not much really going on tonight. That video was kind of short because we found something pretty ouchy. Hey Graham, what's going on, my man? Yeah, we're just wrapping up a video where I think I found, I don't know if it's the second or third one. Hello, Carly, how are you? Second or third one, Graham, but if you haven't watched it yet, go back. We did pull up another mortar round. Bomb squad had to come out. But the one thing that was really cool about this time is the guys, the cops that actually showed up. Yeah, you would have seen it live, but I don't think Graham was there live. That's the one thing, Kelly. I got to figure out whether or not to go live when I go magna fishing anymore, just because that's my time out to be making the videos. But I don't know. I kind of like it the way it is. I like being live. I like the excitement, and that particular day, because of what was going on and people were going through the stream so much, I ended up pulling out like so many subscribers just from that live alone, and the amount of watch time was crazy. Yeah, it was a really, really cool day. Even though there was snow, it was probably 45 degrees out. I was wearing a sweatshirt and jeans. It wasn't that bad. What's going on, man? That was wild, wasn't it? What's going on, Nick? Appreciate everybody sliding over here. Yeah, that was an interesting day. And like Nick said, that dude, it's not just that moment there, but last time I was with Josh, and this was maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and he found a bomb, and we both kind of like looked at each other, and we're all like, yeah, well, and he's turning it around and looking at it. We've seen them before, and I don't know if it's just that we're getting too used to them, but Nick, I'm also not the crazy loud type of guy anyways. I mean, I do get a little paranoid and freaked out, and I think maybe that's why I do get quiet, is because I go into like a fight or flight response. But yeah, definitely becoming too nonchalant about some of these dangerous things that we pull up. I do like finding the guns. I get a little bit more excited about the guns because you gotta try to figure out what kind they are and whatever. When you find a bomb, you know that that's the kind that goes ouchie. So fighter plate response. Yeah, just don't bang it on stuff, dude. That's not a good way to. You're not supposed to fight the mortar round, because usually it will win and you will lose. But I do just go into that, and I mean, even the cops that were there, they had to wait and wait and wait for the pictures that they had been taking. They'd sent them off to their contact at the bomb squad, and they were just waiting to find out if they verified that it was real or not. And they were just like, yeah, why don't you just magnafish? I was like, you sure? And they're like, yeah, let's see what else you can find. Didn't find anything else exciting, but yeah, it could have been an oops. You came away unscathed there. That was lucky. But you've probably been back there a bunch. I would go back there a bunch. I've gone back to, so that was 4 different bridges I've been at. 2 of them I've pulled. And I was with Josh when he pulled one in Needham, and then him and I were in Dedham when he found one. It was a perfect spot though, dude. I wish I had really gotten some more pictures because it was kind of out in the woods. Carly was talking about it too. It's a spot that she's hung out at before. I've heard, Carly, I don't know if you're still in here or not. I've heard that Rochester has some good, might have some good spots. So that might be a town I look into. I would definitely like to check that out. One and done kind of ouchie, exactly. What's going on? I should put on this follow what you did. Oh yeah, no worries, dude. Yeah, there wasn't a ton of water to put it in. I'm gonna go there, but not alone. Yeah, it really wasn't that in a scary of a spot though, Kelly. It was pretty. I think a lot of I think a lot of people walk around that area. It's kind of like a recreational. They seemed it. They seemed it, Carly. They were probably some of the coolest cops that I've ever interacted with. I haven't really. I've seen other people. Oh no, Carly lives near a place called Rochester, Mass as well. How shallow is too shallow for magnificent? Nothing's too nothing is too shallow. You know what? I gotta make a day up there. Maybe this will be the week, dude. Um, I don't know if you've been down by where the Mayflower and stuff is, but I checked out a spot that there seems to be a pretty good boat launch right there. And considering the fact that Plymouth is so busy, um, I figure, yeah, sorry, was reading another comment. But yeah, I was thinking of going down there. So maybe that's like a twofer. Maybe I'll hit both spots. Try whatever that spot you're talking about is. If you can message me, yeah, I think you got my email. Where you think, and no problem. Rottenchester. See, I don't know, Carly, if it's like this anymore, but when growing up here on the Cape, Rochester in Massachusetts was also a not so great, wasn't such a great area either. That's why I'd like to go magnet fish there. You never know where you're going to find stuff. It's extremely weird, but I've been in Boston proper a bunch of times and nothing. Ma, what's up, dude? We were tagging. You just missed it. We got explosive numero dos. But I would be down going back to that. I would love to come up to Plymouth for the day. They also got good food too. But I think it's better-ish now. Yeah. See, that's what I knew. Freetown and yeah. But I don't know if you guys noticed this. You guys probably saw my post about Kratos, but just how awesome of a package they did. But guys, I don't know if you knew, and I didn't know that he was doing this, but he sells different colored ropes now. I got a green rope. Is it? I don't know much about Freetown and stuff anymore. I used to have. I think they live in Freetown or close to it. I had some friends I used to do some obstacle course racing with. We'd run a lot of like Spartan races and stuff like that. And I want to say they lived in Freetown. Yeah, because one of them worked over at not Cardi's, but what's that other furniture place? Jordan's. One of them works over at Jordan's. But I would love to check out Rochester and Freetown. Who knows? You never know what you're going to find in a town. I didn't think I would ever find anything here on Cape Cod, and I've found a weapon down here too. Mark, are you still fishing out there, man, or Or are you still living off those 300 shorts that you got banked away?
Right, sorry.
And I'm sure with all these windstorms, you're actually probably pretty busy up here. We've been getting smashed with windstorms. Yeah, I have some. Well, I'll have some after tonight's video. But no, I know it's been super windy. We actually had to send a bunch of crews to Connecticut for a couple days to help them rehang wire and stuff like that because Connecticut got hit pretty hard. I'm honestly a little bit sour about that still because nobody told me about it, and I missed out on a lot of bread, man. A lot of bread. I'm actually pretty upset, and was kind of hoping someone at work would have talked to me about it, but they didn't. We'll be back hard this year. Some good ideas from Magnavision. I got some good. I got some ideas too, man. And that's what I think is going to kind of take this hobby / genre of filming is figuring out new ways to do stuff, man. I know we all do that whole POV view, but after watching no, not necessarily Graham. I'm just not at the moment. I'm free to use whatever I want. I need, yeah, needed to just do my own thing for a little while. We do need to change it up, and we're going to, man. I know people talk about drone footage and stuff like that, but I don't want to use the drone in a droney type of way. I don't know, Mark, if you saw the video that woman from Cape Media News did with us. She did a lot of like side footage and almost like she didn't even like show my face all the time. She did like these weird side spots, even behind spots. I would like to use the drone in the place of a camera guy because we don't make money to hire camera guys. This is just a fun channel, you know. But I would love to use that for those types of shots because I want to keep the tripod still free to go live, you know. So I guess I'll be running 3 cameras at the same time all by myself. Change it up, dude. Try to change stuff up. And that's that same place though, the same place that did that interview with me. Due to custom gave me a tip here one time, a super, and I used that money and turned that right into a membership for Cape Media Center. Use the auto tripod and the drone. That's exactly where I'm going with all this, Mark. I just got to get that auto sensor device. But that's more so for the live. But the drone will be for the footage. I just wish they weren't so loud. I really wish they had figured out a way of, I don't know. Drones are very, very, very loud. But I'll figure out a way of using them. If you haven't seen it yet, Mark, you should. I'll have to send you the link because it's not on our channel. It's somewhere else. But to get that kind of drone footage. And that's what I'm looking at. Not necessarily that particular, but I'm looking at some of the DJIs. What's going on, Curtis? Irwin? Not quite there, man. Not quite there. I can't grow facial hair for the life of me. This stuff grows in all day long. But all this, nada. You have 3 of them, dude? You'll have to tell me which ones you're using. Yeah, I'm not so worried about short distance. That's exactly honestly where I want them. You know, like, I don't know, 5 feet away. Oh, they're also DJIs. Actually, wait, I got lost.
Mommy, it's basically
Oh, okay. Are you talking about like the little, like they're really, really, really tiny, right? And they almost look like the sides look like a milk crate. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't realize that DJI also made those ones. Um, I'd love to, heck, I'd love to get a couple of them. I will go on Google right now. And they're DJI. So let's just look it up. DJI small drone. Yeah, are you talking that those are Hover Air? DJI small drone, not DJI, other ones. Oh, DJI also has the small ones. All right, I'll look later then. If I see one, I'll let you know. I think I know what you're talking about though, Mark. I've seen them on TikTok too, because as soon as you start looking at things, all of your social media starts blowing up and you start getting ads from what you're talking about. I mean, we could start talking about something completely random. 365 lives. Been looking around on the bridge wipers. I haven't. I haven't. And I know a while back, Graham, um, Clay from Rusty Magnets had used a 360 camera, wasn't a super fan of it. I don't know if he gave it a lot of time or not. But that could be cool too, you know. Why not? 360, that would be cool though, dude, because then you wouldn't even have to have the follow you one. Literally the person, that might be the cheaper way of going through it. Sorry. I know you guys can hear other chats going on here. But the 360 one would probably be a little bit cheaper than doing the follow one, but the follow one I can just stick my phone on. But I do like the 360 idea, not only for bridges, but for the spot I was in this week, being abandoned and out in the middle of nowhere. That was a really, really cool spot. So that probably would have looked nice being 360. And then people, while watching what was going on with that find, you would have been able to look around a little more. Great ideas. Extend it off your back. I don't know what that means, man. Extend it off your back. I know GoPro has a 360 and Insta 360 has a 360, the 360 pole. Yeah. I don't know. That would be weird though, Mark. I'm kind of used to something being like right here. You know what I mean? Having that camera being up above. You got me all super curious about what this thing would even look like. So let's see, 360 camera. I guess Akazo makes them. I just want the Hover Air. Oh, I know what you mean. I thought a lot of those guys used them on their like helmets and stuff like that. I didn't realize that they were doing that. Just let it roll. What? Just let it roll. S and F. Just let it roll and cut up the videos. Yeah. Typo. I get it now, bro. Insta 360 times 5 is amazing. Okay. That's good to know, Graham. I'm gonna take a little picture of that so I can look back on it later. Yeah, no, it happens to me all the time, dude. I call it fat fingering, even though my fingers aren't very fat. It just took me a minute to translate it in my head. Yeah, got some definite new things happening in 2026. I can't wait. Hell of a lot more traveling. I will be in Florida at some point this year. That's a fact. I had talked about trying to go to England in the fall of 2026. I don't know if that's in the cards, but I want to do a whole bunch of little micro magna fishing vacations. I know she's not going to be super like excited about it, but you know, we're all we all have our hobbies and our vices, and this has become both. All right, there we go. So how did you guys' holiday go? I don't know if everybody read the news, but that I posted, but I almost chopped this fingertip off. I must be like a miracle healer or something because it's completely healed at this point. But 2 weeks ago, I had to have 5 stitches in my fingertip. And you can travel with them, dude. It does work. I've traveled with them. I'm sure you have too. Holiday was good. How is the clothing thing going? The brand. Good job on almost. Yeah. Yeah, not supposed to do that. I was very lucky that I had a fingernail. I'm a fingernail chewer. And luckily I was cutting potatoes, Carly. Luckily, as I came across, it like got pretty low here and it hit the nail, so it stopped. Yeah, that's what that one, Mark. That's what I was talking about. But I was cutting potatoes. I was just cutting potatoes and then ended up in the ER on Christmas. I wasn't going to go. I had actually dressed it. I'd cleaned it up. And even though there was like this big flap kind of coming off of it, I stuck it back together and slapped a Band-Aid on it. And I got the bleeding to stop. It's not until like 11 p.m. that night that I was trying to get ready to go to bed and I was going to put a new Band-Aid on and I couldn't get it to stop bleeding again. Damn mandolin slicers. All these things are so goddamn sharp. Why do they have to make everything so damn sharp? Yeah, it's been rough this year. I turned 52 in like a month. Yeah, a month. And I feel like I'm just falling apart, dude. Cut my finger off, fall down the goddamn stairs the other day. I don't know what the hell's happening. Maybe I gotta slow down. Yeah, yeah, right. That's exactly what I tried to do though, Erwin, minus the duct tape. I was like, I was ready to go out to my van. I have plenty of electrical tape out in the van. That's what I should just do, Kelly. Just stay in bed. It's not worth this nonsense. Yeah. So one other thing that I'm pretty psyched about, Carolina hooked me up with a gift certificate for some tattoo hours. I just wasn't paying attention though. That's all. It was first thing in the morning, literally 5:30. 5:30 and so just a flesh wound. It's just a scratch. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. We are the knights who say "Nyeh, nyeh." I know that's going to elucidate some sort of response. How many National Lampoon people are out there?
Yes.
I can picture it, dude. I should, yeah. I'll just stay up. It has sharp pointed teeth. Yeah, the bunny. We used to watch that movie all the time, Carly, when we were younger. Anything that was coming out of England was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. Dog pissed on the picnic basket. Filthy English night. Yeah. It was just another level before there was like before censorship and people could just be funny, like the British just had such a sharp wit. And maybe I should change that word had and say have, because when I listen to British comedians or even some guys like on TikTok and stuff like that, I die laughing. These guys are absolutely hysterical. And I can't help it half the time, go outside and eat a bowl of broccoli, Kelly, and then you come back in and Monty Python. Yeah, why was I calling it something else? National Geographic, Monty Python. Yeah, Are You Served? Remember Carly? Oh God, it was a punk rock show. Oh man, I'm total blank right now. Total blank for it, but there was a punk rock show where there was like a dude with an orange head. I want to say it's the something that was in the title. God, what was it? Oh, I know the show too. He does look like Benny Hill is an idiot. Benny Hill was hysterical too. All that old school stuff, dude. Like I'll go back and watch some of the Richard Pryor stuff. He's hysterical. And you said National Lampoon. Yeah, I can't. Not the outside, the young ones. Ding, 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 ding. That's exactly it. That's the one. That was so hysterical, you know? Um, really kind of no one no one was doing punk rock shows back then, and you had these like wily, like crass, um, yeah, the young ones. Yeah. Faulty Towers, that I don't know. But I even watch some like TikTok and follow some of these guys, these like Brits that like come to America, and just watching some of them do some of the stupid stuff they do. I haven't ever even heard of Faulty Towers. So I'll put that on the to-do list. Carolina has shown me a couple comedies too that she likes that are really, really hysterical. Okay, yeah, it's got John Cleese in it. Of course it's funny. Yep, that's what I just saw. I just quickly Googled it and saw that it was John Cleese. Not to sound like the old guy, but they just don't make them like they used to, you know? Yeah. King of Hearts is French, but it's also very good. You can watch it on YouTube. Cool. I'll write that down. Oh, yeah. I remember that one too. My sister got me into it. See, when I was younger, I had this older sister, and she was like, it was like my first like exposure to like punk rock people, because she was my stepsister. She came to live with us from her mom's house. She was kind of a difficult kid. We all were. But she had come and she had like, this crazy haircut, and she was hanging out with these crazy friends. And I'm like, I need to hang out with these crazy people because I'm crazy like they are. And I didn't realize just at the time that I wasn't as crazy as they were. But they used to have punk rock shows at some of our local, God, what are the name of those things? Marinas or yacht clubs. That's it. Yacht clubs. I remember there would always be like the first Friday of every month. And there, and here comes back Mark. I'm gonna take a picture of that, Mark.
Ay, no, pero es que tiene, eso desde ahorita del marido. Que sí, que te puso peor, sí.
That's got to be the small one that you're talking about, right? Tiny Hawk 3 BNF. I'm actually going to look it up and I will bring it up on screen, sir. Let's see. Tiny Hawk
Which one are these?
3 BNF. ENF Risky D8. Okay, yeah, I see them. Company Emax. Are those the ones you're talking about, Mark? On Amazon? Yeah, I think I found the right one. No, definitely was not fancy, Mark. They just happened to have the only like cool group of people that understood there wasn't a lot of stuff on Cape Cod. Stuff to do for teens on Cape Cod specifically. And they would host these dances and they were just the music they played was The Cure, stuff like that. Just that was a little bit different than everything else. I think occasionally they would play Sex Pistols, Ramones. That's awesome, though. I'm definitely going to look into it. I already opened another tab here, Mark. So I'm going to be able to check that stuff later. It's definitely not cheap, but I'd definitely be down for it. Does it take good fit? Like, I mean, is the camera good? Because we used to play, God, Carly, back in the day, we played the New Wave Cafe. This wasn't during like the heyday of when I was younger, but yep, they played the Clash too. I mean, everybody obviously always freaked out when they heard the Clash playing. I'm sure they played New Order because they were big at the time. You got Joy Division was not big, but it was one of the alternative bands and stuff.
I was actually most joking about this. And I saw this and I'm like, oh my god, it's so funny.
Yeah, well, there it is.
Spray bottle. It's right here. That's so weird.
So, Erwin, I just found out the other day because when we were live for the video we just did, I brought up the fact that I knew somebody. Yeah, I know. I drove by it. I drove by it the other day. Yeah. Should I stay out? Should I go? Yeah. I don't know where I was. I lost the track. New Wave was a great place though. We played there probably twice. But I've seen countless shows from that space. It's so stuff. What? That doesn't sound right, bro. Band name. I'll type it because you're not going to ever be able to guess how it's spelt. The Trouble has some good songs. Oh, that's who I was talking about. We were talking about Cape Music, the mom in a band. Yes, my friend's mom was the drummer for the first all-female punk rock band called The Slits. We were talking about it during the live thing. I had brought it up, and there was somebody who was, that was chatting, and they were doing like this real-time like research of the woman, and come to find out, she dated one of the guys from the band. Yeah.
And Houston said hi.
Has what?
Houston said hi.
Houston hasn't said hi, but he's not in the camera though.
That's why you say hi.
He can't come around all the way over here. It freaks him out coming near all this stuff. No, don't do that. You can't push it in though. There's already stuff there. That's as far as it really goes in.
Just like pick up your stuff.
But yes, the Slits. But Lucorio was the band that I was in.
Like,
Where is Houston? He's over there. Hey, Houston, over here.
so
Kelly says hi to Leah. Hi. Houston, come here. Houston, come here.
he's a,
He sees the vacuum. That's what he sees. He's too scared of the vacuum.
okay, I'm either blind or I don't see.
No, there's no vacuum. My dog's scared. It's like he's scared he doesn't want to come on camera or nothing. Come on.
Wrong way. You said, wait.
She's not hiding anymore. Yes, our Christmas tree's still up.
Okay.
Yes, I did hear about them. I think they were obviously in a different genre, but we played at the living room in Providence a couple times. I remember that. And I actually ended up thinking that was cool because when I was into the punk rock stuff when I was a teen, I would go see shows at the living room. Yes, he is. That's Houston, and he's a Pyrenees. See, he'll be 8 next month. He's my fourth one. I don't have 4 at a time, but he's the 4th one that I've had. He's a good boy. He's still a little bit anxious. I don't know what happened, where he came from, but even the slightest little sounds kind of freak him out. So, but he's funny. When he's out in the snow, he's hysterical.
He's so funny when he just gets into my room. You know what I mean? So funny.
Yeah, it is funny. Huh? You have a latch. Latch the door if you don't want him in there.
Okay, so
It's easy.
no, yeah, but he stands out the door and then it's impossible to get out.
Push it.
Push it?
Yeah, push
You
the door.
push him?
He's only 100 pounds.
Yeah, and I'm not strong, so I don't think I can push him.
Yeah, they do tend to be that way. Most of them are pretty skittish. But actually, if you look up here, Collie, see right here, that's a painting I had done of my other 2. That was Buster and Master. Those were those two guys. I've had one girl. That was my first experience with the Pyrenees. That was Isabel, and she was actually the most. I wouldn't necessarily say aggressive, but if she smelt a coyote on the wind, and you let her outside without a lead, she was gone, and she was going to go chase after those coyotes. He smells them. Houston does, but he doesn't like run after them. Us too. We do have another one, Lou. He's another small guy. There's Doc, and you can actually see his painting right there too. Yeah.
Can I show this funny app on the thing?
Funny app.
Yeah, that's the one. Bro, I can go.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will think it. You can show. Go ahead. She's gonna show you that she can drink a beer
Yeah, without actually drinking a
without
beer.
actually drinking a beer.
Okay.
Here, where are you? There you go.
Wait, let me do it again. Let me do it again. Except I'm right here.
Yep, that's exactly what they were bred for. I know. That's why I love them.
It's filling
Hey, look.
up.
She just poured herself a drink. Damn, girl.
Yeah, I can drink.
Slow it down. Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, except these guys will get him every time. There was one time, and I'm talking about Isabella, the first one that I had. I had let her outside, and she smelled something. And when we found her, she was covered in blood, and it wasn't her own. One of my dogs.
Oh,
One of the old Pyrenees.
she?
It was a she. It was Isabel. She was the first one I ever had. And we lived in Yarmouth, not too far from here, actually. And she smelled the coyote and she ran after it.
Picture. This one was a picture of her on the wall now.
Don't have one.
And that's
Stay away from that life. Don't do that, Chuggin. No. That's why she's only doing that on the phone. Just messing around. She's a little too, no, that won't happen. My 80-pound golden doodle chases the deer and the hog of the property. A hog? Oh, and the hog of the property. Yeah. Colton doodle. Dude. I thoroughly enjoy having large dogs. They're fun to have. I mean, Houston right now is totally taking up my seat. You actually have wild pigs? Mark?
I
am going to try something new. Yeah, I am going to get her. Never trust a pig farmer. That's crazy, dude. I didn't realize you had wild hogs everywhere. See, here's Doc. Doc's a little bit more. He doesn't let me pick him up though, even though he's small. I'm going to try something new next week, guys. If you see right over here, it says StreamYard. 3 acres. That's awesome. Yep. See, she even guessed it. Florida. Yeah, Florida is one of my favorite places too. Eventually we will find ourselves there. But
Florida has it's like a place that has more stores and stuff, while the Cape has nothing.
It's because it's a Cape. That's not just a Florida. It's not just a Florida thing. It's a being on Cape Cod thing.
Yeah.
As soon as you go elsewhere.
Just a couple of stores I don't have in Florida because like a Midwest store instead of like a Northeastern store. The only closest one, the Daiso. Okay, super cool store. Nearest one, New York City.
Cool. Move to New York City then.
No.
Bobcat, coyotes, all kinds of wildlife. I didn't realize that you had wild hogs down there. Knew that was coming. I mean, isn't that what it's showing us all right there in your screen there, buddy? Is that one of your wild hogs? Yeah, those things petrify me though, dude. I would love a bobcat too. I actually looked at some cats. This was a bunch of years ago, probably like 10 years ago, where there were these cats. They were almost just like bobcats. They weren't Maine Coon. But they had the pointed ears, but they were a very, very, very small, not like this small, but obviously not a full size bobcat. They were like house cat size. Beautiful dogs or cats. Yeah, but anyways, next week, going back to that, I'm going to try a new way of streaming because YouTube just changed it that if I stream from their app or from the website, they'll not only stream horizontally, but they'll stream vertically as well, which will kind of help pick up some extra people through that shorts feed. But I'm just curious how it's actually going to work. So I'm going to use a program called OBS where I can design all my own stuff on here. I'm pretty sure I can answer that question, man. I don't think they ever take a rest. I don't think they ever, ever, ever take a rest. And they're much bigger down there too, dude. Our bugs are just tiny. No bueno. They say things are bigger in Texas. That's bullcrap. Everything's bigger in Florida.
Like in what way?
Animals, like bugs. Like their spiders are like tiny little. Oh yeah, Australia, no bueno. No, thank you.
Burning hot. Scary tarantulas.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's what I'm working on though, Erwin. I'm trying to figure out OBS though. It's kind of weird, but I don't want to use these guys' logo anymore. I don't like their branding on my stuff. Flying roaches, no thank you. No thank you. Yeah, we're talking about like bad stuff, bad stuff now.
That exists? Oh,
Servals always seem angry. We almost got I had a customer who would. Correct. Yeah. My only issue, man, is just the temperature. Right now is just not. There's not much pleasure in cold weather. Yeah, that's why I just won't go there. You have to pay way more, Mark, to get it off there. You used to be able to pay $10 a month and be able to mess with as much as you could. You could send this to 4 or 5 channels. There was so much that StreamYard used to offer. I mean, if I'm just going to do it like this, where it's a single thing, I'll go through OBS. But if it's another one where maybe I want to invite people up for a chat, maybe I'll use StreamYard just for those ones. But if it's just going to be me and maybe some visitors hanging around here, you need better, hotter soup. I will also be using others too. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm not a big fan of the fact that they raised the prices either. I mean, they literally went from $10 a month, and then the next month they were like, "Yeah, we're bumping it up to $49 now." To go from a $10 a month fee to $50, no, thank you. OBS is free, and I'll have to just figure out a way. Maybe there's some sort of a plugin, so I can invite people up. But I'll have to figure out how to do that. Hola, Luis. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? We were actually just about to take off here, my friend. Bien, bien. Un poco cansado, pero bien. You too?
You too? Well, and like you just, I can't be talking, but
Yeah, you
you
can't
have
be.
an accent. So,
Yeah, I know.
man, I like speaking an American accent. Hola, ¿cómo estás? It's so funny.
Yeah. Anyways, 8:32, guys. You like all right. With that, now that he's saying hello, I'm unfortunately going to be saying goodbye, guys. Not as exciting video next week, but we do have one where we finally lose our battle magnet, which I'm not replacing at this point. I just don't have the money for it. But that's why I'm just going to kind of fly solo for a little bit, just Magnafish. So anyways, we have that one from Boston next week, and then we're looking for new places. I am open to new places. If you got any ideas, Carly, let me know what's in your area. I've done the fish pier a billion times. But anyways,
Again, with me and the seals.
I'm gonna take off. Oh yeah, she wants to see the seals. They're already gone though. It's too cold. Anyways, we'll talk to y'all next week. Adios, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. You just snuck in as we're taking off, my man. James, New York is a great place, and that is one of the spots that I'm looking for our little micro trips. So I hope to come down there at some point soon, dude. I'll get in touch with you, but we are taking off out of here. Appreciate y'all. Adios.